been so much fun.
Yes.
So we have a new format for you guys. We're going to try something a little bit different.
We are going to bring in some of your favorite Power Rangers to answer questions about their favorite episode or something that you might not know about them.
And then we're going to review the episode, but we're just going to point out certain things that we like, things that are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready?
Let's go. Muffins. We love this woman. She's wonderful.
Yes, we do. We do. From the cast of Power Rangers Time Force, it's Deborah, who played Katie.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Deborah Estelle Phillips from Power Rangers Time Force. I played Katie, and you're about to watch one of my favorite episodes. So I hope you enjoy Power Rangers Time Force Full Exposure.
So here we go. Okay, uh-oh. You're not supposed to be there. You get out of there.
The photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
What's
They've
he doing?
been caught.
He's like the Peter Parker of Power Rangers.
You think so? Popping them peas?
At first I thought that was Mr. Kaplan from our season. Remember the principal?
Yeah.
Similar voice.
Actually, the way he's talking sounds like the character
Spider-Man.
from Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were able to go through time, which is really cool. There's Wes, the second in command. Just kidding. Not. I just saw Vernon in Road Warrior 2.
Oh, is that a new movie that
No, it's Mad Max, the old.
Oh,
but-
yeah. He was good.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
died
good
too
in
quickly.
everything.
Yeah, I didn't want him to die. He was really good in it.
Debbie, question. Was this your first acting job?
No, this was not my first acting job. I actually had started out few years previous just doing TV and film extra work. Got into that, and I loved doing it. It was an opportunity to really study and learn how things operated, how it worked. And then someone had talked me into getting headshots and submitting to agents, and so I did. And just baby steps, got in there, started auditioning, and I landed a couple of co-star guest spots. One was on Seventh Heaven, another was on a show called Zoe. There was some little print ads, commercials. So I had done a few things before I got Power Rangers. But let me tell you, when I first heard about Power Rangers, it was actually not for Power Rangers Time Force. I was actually approached to audition for Lightspeed Rescue. And this is while I was transitioning out of being a TV extra into like actually, reading lines and studying and going out there, and I was not ready. So I had told them, no, I'm good. And then a year later, I got approached again and I was ready.
That's cool.
Okay.
I did a little bit of extra work too.
Yeah, it's good because it gets you used to how it works. It's got a kind of a training ground for a lot of people. I think.
I agree. You get a sense of what it feels to be like on a set and just the environment. I think it's important just to feel your ground. Some people, when you get right into it and you jump right into it and you don't know what the heck you're doing, that's when things can go awry. So I think that's awesome.
Can be a bit more intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how cool that they wanted you to audition for Lightspeed Rescue. That's awesome.
Yeah. But you ended up with the right cast. Your
Yeah.
cast had such a great chemistry and such an amazing following. It's one of the more popular of Power Rangers franchise.
Agreed.
What's she doing housework? The guys are sitting on their butts and she's vacuuming.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they never changed their clothes. That's right.
No.
That's what Aaron said. They wore these same clothes in every single episode.
Oh my gosh. That's weird. That's weird. I think Megaforce did the same thing.
Really?
Sierra, yeah, she told me they wore the same clothes for every episode too. It's kind of odd.
I don't understand
No,
that. Why couldn't they change their clothes?
I don't know.
She looks exactly the same.
Yes.
Same size and everything.
Yes.
Like,
nothing's changed.
no.
She's a beautiful, beautiful girl.
Yes.
Woman.
Yes.
Woman.
I know we're elders to most of the
Yes.
Rangers in
Yes.
times past, but she's a woman.
He never questioned like why she has that huge giant thing on her wrist. Like, oh
Maybe
no, this whole
He
thing.
just thought he thought it was an extra
A watch.
big watch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. He's the one that took the pictures of the Power Rangers.
Exactly. She doesn't know that.
She doesn't know that.
She doesn't
But
know
and
that.
he doesn't know that he's in the car with the Power Ranger.
No, he does not. So, do you think that Katie liked this boy at first? Was there a little attraction going on?
No. I don't think Katie had any romantic interest towards Mitch at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, great guy on and off screen, awesome dude. But I don't think there was enough time for her to develop any type of feelings towards this guy. He kind of exposes his agenda early in the episode. So, Katie, she's always putting her friends first, the lives of others first. I don't think she has time to date. I don't think she had any time to do any of that stuff. She had her work cut out for her. I don't know, like, her priorities just weren't there. I just don't think so. And not to mention, let's not forget, Mitch was probably at least over 1,000 years older than Katie. So she didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. Not happening. No.
Okay. He was a bit old. 1,000?
Ooh, he looked good for 1,000 years old.
He sure did. He looked really great for 1,000 years old. Yeah. I think that's more than, what is that? When you have a
cougar.
not a cougar, but
a sugar daddy.
A sugar daddy. That's more than a sugar daddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yikes. This could get ugly.
This could get ugly. Now, did they have a mentor?
They had what was that little flying thing?
The one that looked like a flying owl?
Yeah.
That was their mentor?
I think so. Yeah. I think that was their little, what was it called?
Guider or guidance counselor. I don't know I can't remember.
Cricket?
We'll find it.
No. I can't think of its name.
Owlface?
We'll find
Owl
out.
head.
It'll show up. Owlface.
Owlie.
Yeah, that's it. Little Owlie. Oh no. He's trying to catch him out.
He's trying to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You go, Deb, with your kicks.
What's Deb's pattern on her suit? Because Erin's is a heart. Oh, hers looks like an arrow. They all have different shapes on their suits.
Well,
and their
Michael
helmets.
Copan's looks like an arrow too.
Oh. Hers is like a diamond, I guess. I don't know.
So in previous, when we sat down with Jason Font and Erin Cahill, they were telling us that some of their locations were in downtown Los Angeles, that they filmed in downtown Los Angeles.
Right.
This was also SAG. They were also part of the union at this time.
Yes. You know, their team had amazing chemistry on screen. So, Deb, we see how amazing your cast chemistry was. Can you tell us a little bit about your screen testing process? Did you screen test together?
Our cast had awesome chemistry. Yeah, I almost can't even see it any other way. But as far as screen testing together, not as far as like actually doing lines together, but they did at the last part of the audition when it was down to 10 of us. They called 5 in the room at once, and then they kind of switched people out and put another person in. Everyone went in about at least 2 times, except for me. I only went in once, and I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, they're not going to pick me. Like, everyone kept going back in, and I'm like, what does that mean? And so, yeah, it was rough. That was a rough waiting period. And then I remember crying about it, thinking I blew it. Because that was the part where they really just wanted to know about you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. And I'm like, everybody else had like martial arts experience and dance experience and this and that. And I'm like, do you know Billy Blanks? Well, I like to typo, and I love WWE. Back then it was WWF, but same difference. Needless to say, about 2 weeks later, I heard back to say that I got the job. But the chemistry was something that just kind of happened immediately. We saw each other at the auditions. We kind of had a feeling of who we kind of thought were going to make it. And we were building relationships during that process. It was a great time to like really connect, and I guess they saw that and it worked.
That's interesting. I think that you do kind of get a sense of who is probably going to be paired together, or who is going to could
Be
possibly
roles.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you guys all ended up together.
Yes. Yeah, that's really. I would have liked to have had that experience. I was just out on my own.
Yeah.
Out here on my own.
Word.
Here comes the media, the paparazzi.
Isn't that just so how similar it is today?
Always
Just have to
looking
be-
for an opportunity.
Yeah, I just need to get that shot because they get paid so much money for a great shot. I
know, but
understand.
it's a matter of integrity and ethics sometimes. Like prying on people in their private moments and stuff like that. I have no patience.
Yeah.
You know, when you see some of these stars and they like, I remember there was one story years ago where Alec Baldwin and they had his new baby or something. He ended up punching one of them, and remember he went to court and
Yes,
everything. It was like a big deal. But I felt like I could see my husband doing that to protect me.
Right.
You know, if all these people are trying to get close to your newborn baby, no, thank you.
That's where it gets.
Yeah, they cross a
really-
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it's well, if you're famous, you should just expect that." But no, there's a line between a job and private life. There should be a line, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Does he recognize that was also
So on Katie's wrist?
Yeah.
No, because he was so focused on his photography job that he didn't see anything else. No. He's going
He
to.
is raising.
He's going to do it.
He's gonna take. Wow. Sucker punch him, Katie.
Not good.
Is money going to overshadow ethics here?
I have a feeling not, because we're watching Power Rangers.
Deb, why is this your favorite episode?
I had such a great time filming every episode of Power Rangers, so it was kind of hard for me to pick a favorite. As a cast, we all have our favorites. But for full exposure, I chose this one because I felt like it really highlighted Katie's physical strength. And also her heart and her loyalty for her team. As you'll see, that she was an extraordinary character who I just felt like this episode really did her justice.
I thought you did such a great job in this episode. It's really it's nice when you get an episode that features you and that you can kind of be pour into it a little bit more and get to know that character a little bit.
I agree. Yeah, you had some profound strength. Your character was amazing.
Yeah.
She was like a She-Hulk. But the pretty version. Because Katie looks rather disappointed.
She's
it's
part of
really
the music.
liking him.
Cue dramatic music. Cue dramatic music. Look how
He's
beautiful.
like, I gotta look at her again.
Let me look at that face.
That face. Oh.
works.
It goes with the music,
It does.
right? You guys can't hear the music, but there is music playing.
Yes. You got some words to go with it, or just
I
humming?
love you, Katie. You got a beautiful face.
Oh, yeah. I feel it. Oh, don't be so selfish. Just like you said.
Some things are more important than a paycheck, Katie said. In his skin. That's where Mr. Hampton is. He's in his skin. Yeah, of course.
Well, if they're very important, I wouldn't just give it to some random
I
girl.
would just go in there. If I was Katie, I'd just go take the envelope.
Take it. Be like, oh, Mitch wanted me to take these.
Right.
Think. Come on, Katie. Use your brain.
You gotta think. She does. I'm sure she does. Because she's a Power Ranger.
Yes, she is, Nakia. You are so observant.
And Katie is the yellow Power Ranger,
Yes,
so she thinks very clearly.
She does. She's a tough little chick.
She is a tough cookie.
Tough cookie. Oh, stuck in the elevator. Yeah, now who are you going to call now,
Do
Mitch?
you need help, Mitch?
Let me see. Do you have that envelope for me, Mitch?
Well, she should have said, well, do you got money for me?
Oh,
You got some
no.
money?
This is not looking real positive. Oh dear. Oh gosh. That is scary. Look at this strength. The hands.
Hercules.
She can do that without her Power Ranger powers?
Yeah,
Wow.
because she's the Yellow Ranger.
Wow.
Katie.
I didn't see Tanya doing anything out of
Tanya
her
did
suit.
all that and more.
So Deb, can you tell us a little bit about your experience for your audition process for Time Force?
My auditioning experience was pretty much like American Idol, but not at first, and no singing and craziness, but like the first audition, I wasn't even sure that I was auditioning for an actual Power Ranger. I thought maybe, is this for a co-star, a guest star? I wasn't really sure. I loved the little sides they gave, the little storyline, the character was me. She was bubbly and, kind of, I loved it. And I had fun playing that for the audition. And it went really well, but I didn't hear back for I think a month. So a month rolls by, I find out you have an audition for Power Rangers. I'm thinking, oh, I thought I did this already and didn't get it. But when I looked, it was the exact same thing. So I thought, okay, maybe they didn't cast who they were looking for. So I did it again. And this time there was a panel of judges where we had the directors, producers, and I was just like, okay. And they will not let you know if you're even close to the ballpark. So I'm kind of doing my thing the best I can, the way I did it, that got me the call back. And it was very much like, okay, thank you. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? So this went on for about 2 or 3 more times. So this went on a total of 4 auditions like this. And then eventually the final audition, I was told by my agent that you are up for one of the 5 Power Rangers. And I'm thinking to myself, what? No, I know Power Rangers. Those guys are I can't fill their shoes. Those are Power Rangers. Everyone knows who they are. So I was really intimidated to even do that. So that kind of messed me up a little bit, thinking now I'm going to probably blow the audition just because now I know what I'm up for. And sure enough, this time they changed the audition. So it was a completely different scene. And they kind of changed the character a little bit. And when I went in, it was just a room full of people, just tons of people auditioning to be one of the 5 Power Rangers. And I'm thinking, wow. So that's the American Idol moment where you see your competition and they slowly weed people out. And somehow I ended up as one of the last 10 standing. And they didn't tell us right away. They said that they would contact our agent and we would get a call from them. And That did not happen right away. I got a call maybe 2 weeks later. Best call of my life.
Oh, waiting and waiting. I mean, that's
Brutal.
the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah.
I remember from my audition process, like the very first audition that I had, it was a couple weeks before I'd gotten a call back. So I'd kind of forgotten about it, which is a good thing. And then I was like, oh, okay. Kind of like what Deb was saying, that she was like, oh, okay. The Power Rangers? Oh, they didn't book that role? And then even the second audition, like the whole process to get it was probably like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a very long time.
Yeah, it doesn't normally go that long. But the waiting is the hardest part for sure. But it was worth the wait.
Yes, it was.
Now, I haven't seen their Megazord yet.
No.
Answer my question. I asked you if there was a Megazord.
No, you didn't. You said I
said,
haven't seen it. You didn't say
seen it,
have
and I
you?
said, I said,
You said I haven't seen the Megazord.
and then I said, have you?
I didn't hear the have you.
Mm.
If you haven't seen it,
I
how do you
haven't
think
seen
I
it.
have seen it?
You go, Jen, leader of the Time Force Rangers.
Just rub it in, Wes. Rub it
Well, they're not messing around. Torpedo.
You know, they are not high school students. They're
No.
young adults, so they don't necessarily need like a mentor like we did in high school. We were high school students, I suppose. So this episode was all about Katie being selfless. What other attributes do you really like about your character?
Her selflessness is literally one of my favorite attributes. But if I were to pick something else, I would have to say her physical strength. I mean, it wasn't even really specified, to be honest, but I think Katie might have been an AI. You know, Trip was a Zybrian, Circuit was a robot. You never know. I mean, this girl was tossing men out of cars and like lifting up couches to vacuum, and it's just, her strength was incredible. And honestly, yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see her strength be a little bit more utilized throughout the series. But again, this episode is a perfect example of Katie in her element.
Oh, that's a cool angle. Yeah. I like that. Terminator Katie.
AI.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Just to reiterate what we said earlier, her strength was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and her strength of character too. I love that she was stood up for what she believed in. You know?
Yeah, her heart, her strength, her selflessness.
Good job. Good job, Katie.
Deb, take it away with the question.
Thank you so much for watching Full Exposure with us on Power Rangers Playback. I do have a question for you. If you found yourself in Mitch's position, what would you do? Comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye.
All right, join us next time on Power Rangers Playback. Bye.
And a special shout out to our Platinum, Gold, and Diamond members. Thank you to all of our members.
Don't forget to click and subscribe.
And tap that notification button.